Merci d'être ici ce matin. Une belle journée mémorable pour nous. Je vais débuter. Donc, merci en premier lieu de ne pas avoir de pluie. Ça, on est bien reconnaissant. Mais on veut reconnaître également qu'on s'est réunis aujourd'hui sur les terres ancestrales des peuples Anishinaabe. Donc, on retrouve des Ojibwe, des Cris, des Ojibwe. Puis, plus particulièrement, on retrouve également la Première Nation de Matagami, qui est pas loin d'ici, ainsi que Flying Post a quand même un morceau de territoire qu'on retrouve dans notre région aussi. Alors, on veut aussi reconnaître les contributions des Métis et des Inuits tout au long du cheminement de la réconciliation. So let's take a step with our ancestors to recognize the importance of our land, respect Mother Earth, and together we can work towards reconciliation by building long-lasting relationships. So for us, for our future generation, and our children.
My mom was a survivor too. And my dad, our family's all gone. And my brother and sisters, all the survivors. I'm a survivor too, in years. I'm grateful. Thanks for the Creator. You give this the weather, beautiful weather, animals, trees, waters, anything. Because to me, I was much of life after before that life there. That's how my spirit. I hear lots of people. To me, thank you.
Par ce lever du drapeau des survivants, nous vivons un moment symbolique, important aujourd'hui. Nous faisons ensemble un pas de plus vers la vérité et la réconciliation grâce à l'éducation et l'engagement. Ce geste est une marque de respect profond qui représente bien nos valeurs au Conseil scolaire catholique de district des Grandes-Rivières, soit celle de cultiver une communauté où chaque élève, membre du personnel et membre de la communauté se sent accueilli, aimé et voulu et respecté.
I am so glad to be here today. I've had the opportunity to spend a lot of time with George and our singers here, who are always out in community doing great things and honoring through music and through song and sharing their stories, which is so good. I worked in this field in human services for nearly 20 years. I just look young. I'm actually not that young. It's a disguise. But in Timmins for over 20 years, and when I started my career, I've always only worked in Indigenous human services, and I think hearing the stories of elders share their experiences in residential school for this whole time has been really interesting. Because they share their stories, and it's only in the last couple of years from 215 in Kamloops that people are really paying attention and believing those stories that elders have shared for many times. And not only elders, because the last residential school closed in the late 90s, there are individuals who are younger, who walk among us, who have stories to tell. When I think about residential school, I think about a letter that I found not too long ago from my great-great-grandfather, who was the chief of Chateau Cree First Nation, and he wrote the letter to the government asking them to return his 2 sons. And it was a plea to the government that he had never allowed them to take his children. So just the amount of emotion that I see in this letter resonates with me, because although I never attended residential school, neither my mom or my grandmother, the intergenerational effects of residential school do play out. So, and you'll see it in your students. You'll see it in people who live in our community, and it's real. So I appreciate everyone being here today to honor the survivors and those who didn't make it home from residential school. So, Igwich.
你会
It is an honor for us to be here today to be a part of the ceremonies for the raising of the flag. We are new moon singers, Polly, Penny, and my daughter Charlie.